Hi Cancer, I'm Amanda. Welcome to Unseen Hands Healing. This is going to be your November shift reading. So we are going into Scorpio season. It is a deep dive down into the deeper waters, what lies beneath, the underworld, if you will. All of the unconscious things starting to come up to the surface now for our review. And we are it's well timed, in my opinion, with a Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde is a time when Mercury slows its movement. It's a time for re-evaluation, review, release. Maybe it is a time to slow down and really look at things before taking action. And with the retrograde being in Scorpio season, that is looking at things that perhaps have been buried for a long time, emotional things. All right. So Cancer, as I was, meditating on your energy, we do get into pulling cards here, but first the meditation that came through for you, even as I was clearing the energy, clearing the space, clearing the cards, I kept hearing separate from the group, separate from the group. And I was like, okay, is Cancer separate from the group right now? What's going on? If they are, how do they feel about being separate from the group? Separate from the group. And then as I sat down into meditation, I saw a red string and just hands and a red string. It was very magician energy, like earthly magician, like tricks and card tricks and things like that, but it was with a string, and you saw the hands tying a knot, clearly tied a knot, but then when the string was pulled, there was no knot. It was just pulled into one string, tying it in a knot, no knot, knot, no knot. So there's something about tying, becoming untangled, perhaps from a group. But then when I asked how the two were linked, I sort of got this feeling of an energy drawing your attention towards it and away from the group. I don't want to say luring, because I think that has a negative connotation, and I'm not sure that there needs to be a negative connotation with this, but there's something about something drawing your energy now, maybe even like a something within you calling your energy away from the group. Really interesting. And untangling, where you think knots are being tied, they are in fact not. It's like magic is happening. Something about illusion and magic. Really interesting so far here, Cancer. Okay, so we're going to elaborate on that and see what comes out in the cards. Okay, great. The Magician. So this is the Mary L. Tarot. Sorry, I'm just... they're telling me to keep the Magician out. Put it in the corner. This is the Mary L. Tarot, and so for these monthly shift readings, I normally do the shape you're shifting out of, the shape you're shifting into, and what that shift looks like. But for this deep dive in Scorpio season, I've been feeling these readings more as what is coming up from underneath that will shift you. Okay, so what is surfacing from the unconscious or from the underworld that is going to, and how will that shift you in the month of September in Scorpio season? So that's the shift we're looking at for you here, Cancer. I've already shuffled these cards. I'll give you a couple more here. Okay. So let's first ask, what's coming up from the underworld, from underneath for Cancer? What is coming up from the Hermit, separate from the group? Really interesting. There was another card that came out with it. Okay, the Empress. Really interesting. Really interesting. I'm getting something really specific. See how the Hermit and the Empress are looking at one another here? It's like the Empress is you, Cancer, looking at the Hermit here. Okay, and don't get hung up on gender. The cards are showing energies, all right? Here you are in this role, in this card, in the role of caretaker. There's a baby on the back of this person. Gathering apples for nourishment. Abundance. An abundance of apples for nourishment. The rose around the neck. Very Venus energy, very much like you are wanting to create abundance in this world and nourish yourself and others, and perhaps you are taking on the role of nurturer or caretaker in a situation, and yet you're being called away right now during Scorpio season, which is basically all of November. Most of November here, you are being called within. The Hermit energy almost like I'm seeing this wind here, like see how it's right at the face of the Empress, just drawing you into this energy. The Hermit holds the lantern, which is just the flame of the soul, the flame of your soul inside of you. And despite everything going on around the Hermit, all of these tidal waves and winds blowing and stars shooting and all of the elements crashing. This also down here, the robe, the Hermit's robe looks like it's morphing into a shell, a clam shell, which is totally Cancer energy, right? That crab shell. I think you're being asked to retreat from the role of nurturer and go into your crab shell, to retreat, to go within, to really hear the call inside of you. That's what's rearing up from underneath now. That's what is surfacing from your depths for you to attend to here in Scorpio season. And now let's ask how that energy going within, the Empress going into Hermit mode, how is that going to shift Cancer? What does that shift look like for Cancer in the month of November? Yeah. One more, please. Great. Great. Beautiful. Yes, Cancer. This is perfect. Look, look, look. If I can get this up. Okay. This is what that shift looks like for you, Cancer. 9 of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, the Star. Beautiful. So hi, here's your energy right here, Cancer. There's the crab. What did I just say? Yep. Okay. We're going to start here with the 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Discs. We're looking at someone almost like getting a zoomed out perspective, because see how this person is sitting on top of the world. It's almost like they, speaking of this retreat energy, sometimes retreating can feel like going within. It can also feel like pulling out of a situation, pulling back from a situation, zooming way out and getting this cosmic perspective on what's going on. The 9 of Pentacles is very much solo energy, which is so interesting that I kept hearing away from the group. And now we have the Hermit retreat. It's like you are being asked to really focus on yourself right now. Focus on your own, I want you to see this, your own alignment. Focus on your own alignment inside of yourself. Really rooting and grounding down. This is Venus in Virgo. grounded, independent, self-focused in a good way, Cancer. This is calling you now to contain your own energy within yourself. There's some sort of maybe group dynamic or group situation that you are being called out of. You're being asked to disentangle your nurturing energy from a situation in order to go within and really sit with yourself. This person is sitting in meditation. This being is sitting in meditation in order to align their energies. And I'm not saying you have to meditate, but what I am saying is there is energy here of retreat into stillness with intention. Spend 5 minutes, 10 minutes a day sitting in your garden with a coffee, sitting on the deck, sitting outside of your work, whatever it is, with your eyes closed, just breathing nice and deep. You can place your one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly, and just saying, what do I need right now? What do I need? Because I think, you're being asked to take this caretaking energy and bring it into yourself. You have an abundance, seemingly unlimited energy for caretaking others. Now take that focus and turn it in. Face yourself with that energy. Bring that energy to your own being. This is profound self-nurturance. And here we have the Queen of Cups. This is you. This is the mini High Priestess, the earthly embodiment of the High Priestess. The High Priestess is all about tapping into that intuition. This is perfect Scorpio season energy, all right? Tapping into that intuition, listening to your emotions, feeling your emotions, allowing your emotions to move through, and intuitively tapping into them. But this is all an internal process. Queens are internal processes. This is not an external process right now. This is not a time to direct your emotional energy towards others. This is not a time to get involved in other people's situations. This is a time to get very involved with these energies here. Yeah, very involved with your own emotional, intuitive grounding. This is about nurturing your body, Nine of Pentacles. Creating your own support system and your own foundation for yourself. And listening to your intuitive guidance. This is what you're doing inside that crab shell. This is what you're doing in that clam shell, okay? Go in there and love all on yourself. And part of how you love all on yourself is feeding yourself well, moving your body in ways that feel good and aligned with your energy, not pushing your energy beyond where it actually is, okay? Attuning to your own rhythms, and then also attuning to your own emotional needs. Saying, hey baby, talk to yourself that way. Hey baby, what's going on? Oh, okay, you're hurting. I feel it. Okay. Yeah, I'm hurting right now. Talking to yourself as you would talk to your child. Or a child or a friend that you nurture. Oh, you're hurting right now. I can see that. I'm so sorry. I'm right here with you. I love you. I'm going to support you in any way you can. In any way I can. What do you need? A good meal? I'm going to cook you a good meal. What do you need? A bath? I'm going to draw you a bath. I'm going to light some candles for you. I'm going to make it nice. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you're being asked to do for yourself, Cancer. Because this is about your own healing. the Star. This is card 17. It comes after card 16. Card 16 is the Tower. It's perhaps a surprising shakeup in your world, or something going on that feels tumultuous in your world. I'm seeing that here in the Hermit as well. All of these waves crashing. It's like there's something tumultuous going on, and you are being asked to be the eye of the storm. You are being asked to go into the eye of the storm in yourself and align, ground, nurture yourself, nourish yourself, heal there. That's how you heal. You can see this is a card about resurrection, because we've got the wounds on the hands and feet, which is very sacrificial lamb Christian imagery, showing up in the form of this Star card, which is essentially resurrecting after a time of hardship, resurrecting in hope and faith and healing. That's what this is all about. And that's what you're being asked to have faith. Whatever waves are crashing in your life right now, faith, hope, trust for that situation, and remove yourself from it. Take yourself out, separate from the group. Go inside, nurture the crap out of yourself. Treat yourself like a queen, like a king, like a god that you are. Try it for a month, okay? Try it for a month. Make that commitment right now, here in this space that we are holding together, that this month, from now until, let's say, November 27th, that is your time to go within. You may be less social during this time. You may remove yourself from a situation that is causing conflict in your life, or a group of people who are causing conflict in your life. You may be asked or make a commitment now to be a little selfish with your time and your energy, and specifically your nurturing energy. And you're being asked here to show the universe and show yourself how well you can treat yourself. How much compassion can you offer yourself? Yeah, I'm challenging you. How much love can you lavish on yourself? How much beauty can you surround yourself with? How deeply can you nourish your stomach, your digestive system, your heart? You hear me? You with me? You get me? Because I think, the magician, it's interesting that I felt this magician calling you. It is very hermit energy, yeah? Like rising up out of these waters here. The magician is opening doors. It's opening gateways. And here, this symbol here of energy containing all of life. This is all of life contained that the magician is offering to you, calling you with, saying you contain all of life, Cancer. You contain all of it. Disentangle yourself. It is all one. This whole knot mess that you're feeling, it is all one. It is all the same string. It is all one. All right? Pull back from that into the Hermit energy. Okay. I'll just keep saying it over and over. So I'm using the Octospaman deck now. I like it because it's a little cheeky. It's a little sarcastic. And it's a fun deck for Scorpio season. It's got big Scorpio vibes. So I'm asking specifically, what is the meditation? What is something for Cancer to consider during Mercury retrograde. What is the Mercury retrograde meditation for Cancer? Or words of wisdom for Cancer for Mercury retrograde? Okay. Control your thoughts and you will control your life. Now, we can't necessarily control our thoughts. I don't believe that we can control our thoughts. I do believe we can monitor our reactions to our thoughts and become aware of the way that thoughts come into our head and the way that we react to them. So this is talking to me about the separating from the group thing, separating from whatever chaos may be going on around your life. If you are tempted to go in there and put your hands back in the pot and get involved, it's like that is a moment of awareness. That is a moment to separate, to pull back, to gain that perspective. This is what we're talking about because this is essentially mindfulness. Gaining that perspective to pull back and say, okay, I'm having really intense thoughts right now. A lot of thoughts are coming into my mind about this situation. How am I feeling? I feel out of control. I feel scared. I feel angry. Okay, all of these, like, go through that process with yourself and just really honor, like, all right, hey, you're having a lot of intense thoughts right now. Your mind is taking over and going faster than your body can process. Why don't, instead of going back to the office or whatever, why don't we go take a little bit of time and take a walk? Why don't we get a coffee? Why don't we sit down? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I don't believe you can control your thoughts, but I do believe that you can caretake yourself through awareness of your thoughts. Yeah, okay. Cancer, I'm going to continue pulling cards here. I'm going to get a clarifying deck, and I'm going to ask, what is this circumstance that I'm feeling you need to pull away from? What is that pulling away from the group? What is that exactly about? What's going on in your life that's asking you to do that? And then I'm going to ask, really, what is the healing that can be found in this space for you? What is the transformation? What is this shift for you? What is the healing? What is the healing? And I am going to ask about this magician because this is sort of a off to the side figure in that meditation, and also here in this reading, it's sort of like this invisible force that's remaining a bit mysterious. So I'm going to ask about that more and see if we can get some clarity, as well as take oracle cards for guidance. Okay, so Cancer, if that is something that's interesting to you, hang on to the end of this video. There will be a little preview of that extended reading. And if it's resonating with you, click the link in the description box below. That'll take you over to Patreon, where you can view that extended reading. And if you have any questions about Patreon, just reach out to me, all right? I'm here as a resource for you. Cancer, thank you so much for listening and for tuning in. Take care of yourself this Scorpio season, and I'll talk to you soon. Okay, listen, don't let people violate your boundaries. That's the thing. Defend your hermit boundaries with the proper defenses. Keep that Queen of Swords energy up. Say, nope, sorry, you crossed the line. I'm actually taking care of myself and I'm hermiting over here, so you can't come at me with that kind of energy. You're gonna have to take it to somebody else. That is what you can do. That is the kind of standing up for yourself you can do here. Don't go on the offensive. That's what I'm saying. Don't go on the offensive. Pull back. That's how you gain power in the situation. That's how you gain personal power in the situation, is by focusing on yourself. That's the choice you have here. Two of Wands is a choice. You can choose to engage in this mess, in the tangle, or you can choose to see the bigger picture.